Iran's state broadcaster IREB reported that an Iranian fighter jet has crashed. The Iranian Air Force jet crashed in Iran's western Hamadan province during a late-night training exercise. One of the two pilots on board the fighter has been killed. IREB reported that an investigation has been launched to ascertain the cause of the accident. Remember, Iran's Air Force has been relying on aging US and Soviet-era aircraft for decades due to crippling economic and military sanctions. Iran possesses roughly 312 combat aircraft. Many are older models from the 1970s. The backbone of Iran's Air Force still relies on pre-1979 American and outdated aircraft, like the F-14 Tomcat and F-4 Phantom. Maintaining these jets is difficult due to decades of sanctions and a lack of spare parts. Iran's Air Force is often dubbed as museum fleet due to ancient technology. Reports have suggested that Russia has given modern Su-35 fighter jets to Iran, but the claim has not been proved yet. Military Watch magazine had reported that 16 Su-35s were already under construction in industrial sites in Iran. Experts said 12-day war with Israel and US in June last year fueled Iran's jet purchase. Meanwhile, US has deployed an armada near Iran, triggering fears of an attack on the Shiite nation as early as Saturday. The US military has assembled the greatest amount of air power in the Middle East since the 2003 invasion of Iraq by sending significant numbers of cutting-edge F-35 and F-22 fighter jets and support aircraft to the region, according to a report by the Wall Street Journal. Flight tracking data show that dozens of US Air Force fighter jets and support aircraft have moved to Muwafaq Salti Air Base in Jordan and Prince Sultan Air Base in Saudi Arabia, while more planes are on their way. According to the WSJ report, these include F-35s, F-15s, F-16s, F-22 Raptor stealth fighter jets, E-3 Airborne Warning and Control System, and E-11 Battlefield Airborne Communications Node aircraft. On February 18, Flight Radar 24 showed multiple KC-135s flying near or in the Middle East, as well as E-3 Sentry Airborne Warning and Control aircraft and cargo planes operating in the region. A second aircraft carrier loaded with attack and electronic warfare planes is also on its way to the region. 13 ships have reportedly been deployed in the Middle East and the eastern Mediterranean Sea to support a potential operation.
The world watches with bated breath as reports suggest that US could launch an attack on Iran as early as February 21. Donald Trump has reportedly been briefed on operational readiness, according to CNN and CBS reports. During the Midnight Hammer operation in June last year, the goal was Iran's nuclear facilities. But this time, the goal has shifted. It is scary and gripped with huge ramifications, poised to send political earthquake across the globe. US President Donald Trump wants a regime change in Iran. According to the Wall Street Journal, Trump has received several briefings on his military options should he choose to strike, all of them designed to maximize damage to Iran's regime and its regional proxies. The options include a campaign to kill scores of Iranian political and military leaders with the goal of overthrowing the government, US and foreign officials said, as well as an air attack would be limited to striking targets, including nuclear and ballistic missile facilities. Both would involve a potentially weeks-long operation. A senior Trump administration official told the Wall Street Journal that the US president hasn't yet decided whether to order strikes against Iran. His national security advisors discussed Iran during a meeting in the White House's Situation Room on Wednesday.
Well, there's many reasons and arguments that one could make for a strike against Iran. The president has always been very clear, though, with respect to Iran or any country around the world, diplomacy is always his first option, and Iran would be very wise to make a deal with President Trump and with this administration. He's talking to many people, of course, his national security team, first and foremost, and you know who the members of that team are, and this is something, obviously, the president takes seriously.
Since coming back to power for the second time, Donald Trump's leadership has been marked by various displays of force, showing how the United States has increasingly relied on hardline diplomacy toward both adversaries and allies. This time, the scale of military deployment is significant. The US has assembled fighter jets and support aircraft to the Middle East, the greatest amount of air power in the region since the 2003 invasion of Iraq. At the center of the escalating tensions lies the long-running nuclear dispute. Washington and Tehran have held intermittent talks. Discussions in Geneva earlier this week aimed to avert US military intervention, with Iran stating afterwards that both sides had agreed on guiding principles for a deal. Iran is expected to retaliate in the event of an attack. In response to US buildup, Iran has shown its force. On Monday, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC, launched a maritime drill in the Strait of Hormuz, located in the Gulf between Oman and Iran. The strait is considered a vital international waterway and oil export route from Gulf Arab states. Iran issued a notice to airmen as it is planning rocket launches in areas across its south on Thursday from 3:30 GMT to 13:30 GMT. Iran's message is also clear. One wrong move and the world will face ripple effects.